for real. Never meant to make your dog cry. I apologize, it's really time.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson.
Yeah. Bounce. Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Hellcase Cup. We're at the very end of Group B, and Impossible, well, they've got a job to do today. They're fighting for their survival. They're trying to stay alive in this tournament, and North Academy, they're pretty much trying to put this one to bed. First game of the day pretty much decides their fate, as Impossible will face a little bit later today off against Diffuse Kids, but that game will be pretty much meaningless as, well, if North win this, it won't matter. But if somehow Impossible can manage to do what their name suggests, then maybe there's a chance. But I do wonder even if the maps might screw them, because I think that even with 2-2-0s, it would still not be good enough based on the map that was won previously. Either way, we are going to have a little bit of a look at the maps just quickly. We've got Mirage as a start, Train coming up second, and then Cash as our third map. Now, if Impossible can take Mirage, then I do actually think they have a little bit of a chance in this series, but I don't think they stand a chance in hell on that second map. I think Train is pretty much done. And Cash even, we saw mistakes come out from it previously against Imperial, but other than that, I don't know what it would take to actually be able to take down their opponents in this sort of scenario. Either way, North Academy definitely in the driver's seat on this one. They need to get themselves the win to go 3-0, take the top of the group, and they'll be pretty much secure going forward. And then, well, the last game of the day will pretty much just end up as a little bit of a commiserations match, maybe to save a little bit of extra pride. But, as said, first map, going to be the pick of Impossible. Now, we saw them actually start reasonably well versus Imperial yesterday, having a few rounds that didn't quite go their way. In fact, 2 rounds where they kill everybody on the opponent's team and just don't quite manage to get themselves that defuse. So, it's definitely possible for them to sort of have a better start overall and actually get themselves rolling. But, yeah, I'm not really expecting to see too much from them. Yeah, I think we got a couple of other events on at the moment. There's DreamHack, and then there's the cyber thing run by Epicenter. So, just going to be a relatively chill cast today. Well, I say chill. It's boiling. My room is relatively warm. I've got a fan on at the moment, so if you can hear it, let me know, and I might have to turn it down. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Sleazy. I'm in a similar boat to you. I think that this should be fairly comfortable for North Academy. But as I said, we saw versus Imperial yesterday that Impossible actually started very well on this one. Looks like we are going to have bammed. Oh, they were typing ready. Impossible seemed to have a little bit of BM in the mix when they play. We saw it yesterday. They sort of were throwing shade when they managed to get like a cheeky kill versus Imperial. And then they ended up losing the round and Imperial did it straight back. So might want to be a little bit careful with sort of irritating the big boys. We're actually going to see Sviat taking off the silencer. Interesting. He's going to put it back on. So was just a little bit of a intriguing start to the game. T-Side going to be setting up over towards this A site. Straight up A execute. No smoke over towards CT, which gives Cracker with quite a bit of a chance to actually find something early into this one. Utility being expended, but be tapping away. Bomb will be going down for short already, and they've taken control of this jungle area as well. So a little bit problematic for the CT side in terms of their rotation. It looks like the majority of them at least are all going to be coming through CT. They've got a little bit of presence towards mid. They're going to throw out a smoke as well. This is quite smart. Actually deny vision, and they do have a kit and a smoke that they can throw down onto the bomb. Lome, very good position though. Already finds one. The trade is just not available at the moment. And just, wow, that's too easy. That is way too easy. Relaxed round from North Academy as they wipe out every single player without taking any damage. Yeah, that's true. I do feel like North Academy are a team that build themselves off momentum and confidence, so they've got no reason to be. They are a level above. I don't think it's any doubt. I was quite surprised to see Impossible even like on the sheet for this group. I'll be honest, out of all the teams, I think they're the only one I haven't heard of in all of the groups. So, like, some of them I'm a little bit less aware of, but I genuinely don't know any of the players on this team. I think Cracker may be the only one that has sort of... I've seen him around in Team Spirit for a little bit. But other than that, this team really haven't achieved too much at all. Plaz, though, we'll be able to find one. Trying to do a little bit of extra with these pistols. Obviously, they've pretty much fully invested into this one, but it's rifles or a couple at least in those sort of after plant positions. No kits as well for the CT side. They've got a couple of flashbangs they can hope to use to get themselves back into this round. The other thing they could do is if they don't feel like they're going to get back into this one, just hold on to the pistols. But we are going to see the push. Ooh, nice shots, actually. Akimov going to find himself two. A third coming, and they've just wiped out this T side. Absolute decimation. Impossible. They were very good with the pistols yesterday. Very good in these sort of force buy situations. How are Academy team players decided? I imagine they're scouted. I'll be honest. I imagine they're watched by a lot of the players. Like, for example, if you look at North Academy, a lot of their players were already very good in their previous teams. We sort of saw Mertz was in Team 123. I think somebody else was in there with him. I can't remember off the top of my head, but... Does North have anything to play for? Top seed. They want to make sure they win this so that they get the #1 spot in the group. So it will make a difference because obviously in terms of the group, first of one group player, second of another. So you want to make sure you have that best seed. Either way, it's going to be an aggressive push out. Akimov. Decent position. Going to be spraying down one in the crossfire already in. They're just getting wrecked at the moment on North Academy. Nothing being done. Not even a lick of damage as of yet. A little bit aggressive out. Will give Blaze one, but it's very quickly traded. I know how he got taken. I will find you. I have a very particular set of skills. T-side forced into an eco situation. Gonna go rushing to try and get that bomb down. Smoke gonna go out. Smart stuff from them already. This should be an easy plant. And, well, that is just the effectiveness of utility. Not expecting them to win the round, but already making themselves a decent amount of money. Doing a little bit of extra damage while pushing, but Sviat is just going to clean things up. And now, Mertz has managed to get himself an AK. Actually finds himself another kill. So dropping 3 players in this round when very little invested and getting a bomb plant. That's wonderful for North Academy. Extra money. Going to bring them in a 4x into the next round. Don't think it'll be enough for an AWP. It might actually be pretty close. Will he have enough just with the head? Oh, yeah, he'll have exactly, well, $50 over the amount necessary. You've got your cash on Impossible. What are the odds? That's what you got to tell me. What are the odds? I imagine they're going to be pretty ridiculous. Go check. To say on HLTV. I imagine they're going to be something like just silly. 5.13. Not bad. Not bad. Going to have a player dropping from the server as well. As said, like in the retakes yesterday, Impossible actually looked pretty good. Like they had decent chemistry. They had some individual players who could step up. The problem is, well, actually, the problem yesterday was that they never bought the fuse kits. Like, granted, they were sort of forced by rounds where they couldn't really afford them, but it happened twice in the early game. And their T side of this map was dreadful. They didn't get a single round. So, I'm not really expecting a whole lot from them, but they've started well. They've at least broken that economy early and given themselves a few extra rounds. T side. Going to be able to invest. That's it. They could have got an AWP, but it looks like they've decided against it. He's got a wooden PC. Okay. Well, in this heat, that's probably a terrible idea. No, tech problem just normally means that the game crashed, or maybe something's running a little bit low in terms of FPS. It wouldn't make sense to do anything of the sort in this sort of situation. Maybe if you were like losing, but to string a couple of rounds together and then slow down the momentum makes absolutely no sense. You could maybe say that if it was the other team, like if North had say sort of like slowed things down, but also they have 2 tactical pauses per half, so it doesn't really make any sense to sort of go for like some tech problem weird pause when they can just take a normal pause if they really wanted to. And most teams will not use all their pauses. In fact, most teams won't even use half their pauses. It is quite frustrating. I think Diffuse kids need to start using their pauses a little bit better. Team 1-2-3 earlier in the tournament, I think they could have definitely used a few extra tactical pauses in there, but they seem to like sort of change that a little bit later when they got to the last few games, but by that point it was a little bit late. Aggressive A take once again. Biak gonna throw out the nade, sprays through the smoke. Can't quite find anything as of yet. Now again, we saw a lot of bomb plants going down for Imperial when they were playing, but it was the retakes that were effective from this CT side. Plaz gonna be looking with the AWP. The problem is they've got 2 AWPs. Now, retaking with 2 AWPs normally relies on mistakes being made from the Ts. 3 players actually coming in from this CT spot, and there's going to be a couple of floats around the smoke as well. Oh, Glace. You cheeky devil. He's got right behind them. Just going to be sitting, and they're not going to be expecting this. Gets the first. Looking for more. They've realized where he is, but it's just too late. Big stuff from Glace. Smart to get through that smoke. And that'll be the round ended. And well, look at the disparity between the money. 11,000 for Akimov and only 1,800 for Plaz. I think these two were the players buying the AWP, so that's probably the difference maker. And I wonder if they'll actually drop an AWP. They will. Now, they could have dropped 2 rifles in its place, so we'll see what sort of impact Plaz is actually going to have in this round. Going to be playing solo on the A site. 3 players on B. Now, this is risky, and Plaz actually going to completely miss the shot. We'll get a second chance as Lome goes down. So far, it's been very basic strategy in terms of what we've seen from the T side. And they haven't really been throwing a CT smoke, which has cost them a couple of times. And I like this from the CT side. They've actually fallen back out. They're just going to hold and wait for the... What? Did he see him over the edge? I didn't see anything there, but maybe that's just on my side of things. Glace able to do a nice bit of damage, but they're going to go try and pincer him in, leave it all on the Mertz. And it will just be that trade. Mertz now alone. He's going to be waiting in jungle. I don't think they're going to suspect. This is very smart from him. Finds one. Looks for the second and third, but he can't quite do it. 3-2. That will be another round on the board for Impossible. Now, the bomb plant gives them some extra cash, but it's not going to be a great buy for North Academy. And as said, a smoke into CT there, and they don't lose the first pick. So I'm not sure if that was intentional. Sometimes you can look to just take that part of the map. That's your sort of aggressive push. But at the same time, it's been a bit of a problem for them. And as said, they've been very basic in their strategy so far. Looking like they're just going to go back towards an aggressive B strat. This time, Akimov is going to be spotting. In most cases, you have to be a little bit careful. I think he's going to know the whole team is here now. He's got a little bit of support. Flashbangs are going to be slowing down Gade. He's got the only rifle at the moment for his team. First kill will go the way of the CTs, but it's very quickly traded out. There should be some weapons now for the remaining players to find, leaving this 3v3 in a much more interesting situation. Nice work from Lome, up aggressive. Bomb going to be planted in a 3 versus 2, and, well, as said, it's very basic so far, but basic seems to be working. Nade out. Inns and Cracker trying to bring this one back. Split at the moment, but the positions of the T's are quite unconventional. He's very close to actually being able to spot his head. Finds one, but he's already lost his teammate in the meantime, and getting back into this round is going to be very difficult. The CT side don't have a whole lot of money, so a rifle save could actually benefit them quite a bit. Now he's got a kit. He's going to go looking, and Lom is going to take his head clean off. Big round from him. 3 kills. AWP. Oh, just about. And that will be 4-3 scenario. Definitely not running away with that at the moment from North, but as said, I feel like they're taking this quite easy at the moment. Hellraiser's won the first map. VP Online. It's VP Online. What do you expect? Something they've needed to work on for quite a while. It's a shame because it reduces the amount of tournaments that they actually end up going to. Mats. Sneak up mid. Actually not that much of an investment out from the CT side, which is surprising. Because they're probably not going to get a buy in the next round either. Unless, of course, they can really do some work in this one already. Finding a couple of kills with these pistols. North, what on earth is going on at the moment? They've just been picked apart by an aggressive push. A-Core will trade things back. Zakimov going to spot the bomb. He's incredibly close to doing so. Sviat actually playing patient as well. Waiting. Towards CT spawn. Still don't know if anyone has actually spotted the bomb for the T side as of yet. Because I feel like they'd be stacking it if they had. A-Core, looking out the top of mids, going to spot ins. 40 seconds coming up on the clock, and they don't have control of the bomb. Now, if ins jumps up here, he's so close to spotting it. I don't think he realizes that the bomb is literally inches away. Unless he... Because I haven't seen him spot it once. Unless it came up on the map. Place looking to retrieve it. His teammates haven't rotated either, which makes me suggest that they don't have a clue that it's here. The Ins doesn't know what he's defending. That will be one. And now, well, I think they don't have enough time. Genuinely, I think that's it. They've just lost a round based off leaving it too long to go and get that bomb. You can run all you like, guys. You're not winning this round. That's just a poor round from North all across the board. They get dominated in mid from pistols. They then don't leave themselves enough time to actually go and retrieve the bomb. And they've just handed a round over to the CT side, bolstered their economy tenfold. And this is not looking like a sort of domination that I was expecting at the moment. If anything, they're looking like the sort of weaker side. Possible, maybe looking to cause a little bit of an upset and throw the group at least into a more interesting scenario. These are going to be investing back in. Nice start from Plaz. Already getting himself a double. Lovely second shot as well. Looking like the reset is inevitable unless somebody can bring things back for North Academy at this point in time. They have control of the connector. A little bit onto short as well. Jade looking to try and catch out this AWP and will do just that. However, his teammate goes down on the other side of the map. It gives him a little bit of a chance, but there's two players on ramp at the moment. This is just unexpected. There's no way that the T's could know they're there. Mertz, in the meantime, still waiting. Can't break this vent without making a huge amount of noise. They're getting down to the 45-second mark, and again, they don't really have any presence on either of the sites. Gage trying to clear things out, but even if he kills the first, will he expect the second? It's not going to matter, because Inns will take him down, and this leaves Mertz alone. Jumping into window, he's got 30 seconds left to play with. I think Sviat will know he's there as well, just waiting around this corner. Can't even finish off that first player. Going to switch over to the Deagle, looking for the shot. Not looking like it's going to happen. And now Sviat just playing patient. Will shut things down, and yeah, North Academy, they're going to be sent down to nothing in this round. Only pistols available. Have to wait one before they can get themselves going yet again. Now, I did say previously that the T side for Impossible wasn't great. In fact, they didn't manage a single round yesterday, but North Academy are playing overconfident, then who knows? Maybe the underestimation will be enough to actually get them through this series. T-side, a flat eco. Absolutely nothing invested. Not a smoke, flashbang, pistol. Just got Glocks. Wow. Sviat has got the no armor wrecking machine. The MP9. The Shredder. They should make a skin called the Shredder. Mert's trying to bait out any AWP shots, but not going to be happening. Plaz, in fact, even playing with his USP in this round. I think he knows they're going to have very, very little. Also gives him faster movement when going for these peaks out mid. I think the T side are just hoping they can bait out a few rotations, maybe force the T's into some positions they don't want to be in. Now they're going to go for the classic strategy of everybody rush A, I'll take bomb to B. I'm sure many of you have heard that one in matchmaking. In fact, they're actually going to be rotating players over towards the B site. Interesting. But they've got some sort of read on this. The push is going to start coming out. Every single player running. CT side just aren't taking the bait. So Akimov looking like he's going to try and stay in his position. This is smart. Lome just going to walk straight into this rifle. And, well, once spotting the bomb, they're going to know exactly where this is going. He's actually going to take a nasty dink, though. If Lome can somehow get this kill, that would be ridiculous. But instead, every player dies. Not a single player lost. Quite a bit of damage done. And actually, okay, never mind. Plaz decided that Inns deserved a death. Seven to 3. BT side looking strong in this situation. Yeah, actually going to keep the MP9. Going to play it. Okay, what is this? I was about to say just try to play it the long range angle. Hello, Fear. Already, though. CT side doing a lot. The MP9 even going to find itself a kill. An extra $600 made. Gay going to go pushing. Will be able to trade it back. Leaving things closer in this situation. Glace has an idea where his opponent sits at the moment at least. And Gade going to be pushing further into that jungle with the ramp push coming in. The bomb, again, still left at the top of mid. Others going to drop in the form of Acor. Gade going, pushing, will be able to find themselves one, but it's just trades, and again, it's looking like the CT side of impossible. Maybe I'm not the only one who underestimated them, as an 8th round is looking inevitable for them at the moment. Cracker waiting in this palace. If he goes down, maybe there's a chance he's going to push into the crosshair of Glace. Down to this 2 versus 1, but they've already converged onto this site. Flashbang will go out. Inns makes it look easy. 8 to 3. North Academy looking flustered at this point in time as they now lose 4 rounds in a row to a team that they should be beating fairly easily. Double op setups in once again. Questionable buy coming out as Gade will invest a little bit of extra money. In fact, he'll have enough to buy in the next round anyway, so it's not going to be the end of the world. Looking to try and make things at least a little bit more costly and have more of a potential to get themselves a 4th round. A little bit of a bait in the form of Mertz, who's invested next to nothing. All he has is a smoke. So this is attempting to drag a few players over towards his B site while the rest of the team set up over towards A, but with 2 players waiting in CT. Player around this connector as well. And all these smokes coming down. It's going to be an attempt to push. Not really any substance to it. In fact, looking like they may rotate another player back around towards the B side. They've got things wrong. It doesn't matter though. Cracker already going to be starting things off. Looking like they're just going to let them have the plant again. It seems like this CT side are just happy to play the retakes. They want to keep as many players alive as possible. Make sure their economy is set. While Gade now the only one left alive. Diffusal coming in. Not really anything he can do here. May just want to save the rifle into the next round. They're actually going to go pushing onto him, and that's a little bit of bad luck coming in at the end. Not going to matter. Still going to have plenty of cash to actually buy into the next round, especially with that bomb plant. EWP onto Mertz. T-side with a 4-buy. But they need to actually get going here. 9 and 3. The favourites by a hefty margin. Currently losing to the CT side of impossible. Mertz will start though. Lovely shot onto Plaz. Takes his head clean off, not giving him a chance to go for that mid-peak. Akimov. Nade will go out. Actually does a reasonable amount of damage onto Glace as well, and setting up the smoke to go deep into those apartments. Allow him to take a little bit more of an aggressive push. That's a really nice smoke, actually. The pass push coming in. North Academy again going to go back towards this A site. Now, they have actually got pretty poor statistics on a map like Mirage. Gade. Oh, is he going to check? Inns actually has no idea that he's snuck all the way up this connector. He's going to take 2 teammates before anything will be spotted. And they think their back is clear. That's a big mistake from the CT side, not having any players looking towards that sort of middle area, or at least into the underpass. And now with the remaining 2, they're just going to fall back and save. Now, their money's not really in too much trouble anyway, but they don't just want to waste it. 2 versus 5 over on this site. The likelihood of them retaking is so slim. Inns and Akimov just going to be waiting, holding onto these weapons, and if they can find an exit or 2, that will be perfect. Inns. At least going to take one with him. T-side will at least keep 4 players alive, though. So they've got themselves into a much better scenario in terms of economy. Last 2 rounds shouldn't be too much of a problem to keep themselves with a bye. But they're going to need them. They're going to want to get both of them. As said, Impossible yesterday didn't have a particularly impressive T-side. In fact, not getting around. But if they manage to at least get themselves to 11-4 in this sort of scenario on their CT side, then who knows? A demoralized North Academy may not be able to do too much. Now, the bomb is currently sat alone over towards this upper B position. Not really sure what the plan is at the moment for this T side, with 4 players waiting on ramp. Smoke's going to be going in. I'm not a fan of just leaving 1 player alone. But it actually looks like they're just going to throw this in as a fake. They've been hitting this site so regularly. I think they're just trying to set this up as somewhat of a fake, but hasn't really worked. Nobody pushing in. The CT side haven't rotated at all. I think they're probably as confused as I am at the moment as to what North Academy are actually trying to do. I think they're overdoing things now with strategy. Still, 2 players wait over towards this ramp position. Inns just holding on mid. Should be able to get himself a freebie as Gade goes around the corner. As said, the bomb's still in apps. Push going to be coming out. There goes the shot. Finding the first. Looking for the second as well in middle. Almost too easy. And now this push is just going to be on Glace alone. The only player, and Inns takes him down as well. Shutting down this round. Mert's going to be the only one left alive and may just want to save this AWP. Will at least take 1 with him. But he's only got 25 seconds and just has to hold on. And Impossible not falling for the tricks of North Academy are going to be taking 10 rounds on the CT side. What is going on? Push will be attempting to take this weapon out of the hands of Mertz. And we can't afford to die in the last few seconds of this. They're going to come pushing. He will take 1 with him, and he's just going to try and fall back before they can do anything else. And he will actually make things at least a little bit more costly. But CT side not going to have any trouble buying into this round. So definitely in that driver's seat. T side, as said, they'll be comfortably buying back in themselves. Although they have to have a UMP, and utility takes a bit of a hit. It's not the worst case scenario. They're going to want to get this final round. Mid-aggression seems to be the play. Viat just going to be holding with the rifle. Cracker. Porting him as well. They've actually got a little bit of a 3-pronged defense of mid. B side, meanwhile, looking like they're about to split towards this A site just based on Acor's position. And the T's controlling this underpass as well. Mertz finds the entry, gets that first player. Inns has been an absolute beast over towards mid thus far. He will not play any further part in this round. Sviat, around this smoke, could catch somebody off. There's a minute left on the clock. There's still players over to either side, so T's could rotate around if necessary, but actually they're going to be dropping the bomb. And they're not going to be able to hold on to it either, as the retrieval is attempted by Mertz. Again, they lose the bomb in a horrible predicament. Sviat going to be pushing up, and this leaves only A-Core left alive. Looking to try and bring things back. We'll spot onto one. At least making things possible, but he's got 30 seconds to play with. Has to get his running shoes on. Peeks out into middle. Sviat just sat at the top of the moment. He's going to try and clear the chair. But he's just got no time to do anything and just trying to spot out. Lovely jump in. We'll get him that bomb. But he's not going to be able to get past Cracker. 11-4. Impossible doing the impossible as they take 11 rounds on the CT side versus North Academy. You have to question now, can they actually bring this back? They're supposed to be heavy favorites in this game, looking to take this group at the top with all 3 wins. But Impossible seeming like they have other ideas. To the T side they go. As said, yesterday Impossible got 0 rounds to the 7 that came in from their opponents. North Academy are going to hope that they do similarly. Retake scenario currently set up over on A. Plaz actually going with the Deagle, looking for that first pick. Going to hit the shot at least onto Gade, who will just fall back. Not going to hand any sort of presence over early on, and in fact, it's just going to be peeking out to make sure they haven't taken any further control. In's going to be rotating back around towards that sort of back apps position, but it's more just so that he can rotate in through the underpass and split this defense into middle. In fact, there's still a pretty heavy hold over towards this B side at the moment, so CT's going to be very slow to rotate. Mertz trying to spot out someone into that sort of lower position, but In's just going to go crouching. Plaz moving back around into middle. Mertz has got to be very careful, as now they'll sneak through the connector, and this leaves Gade with very little chance of holding on to this, especially if they actually get rid of Mertz, and they're going to attempt to do so. Peeking in, Inns finds himself that first kill, can now look to try and hold off rotations as the bomb's going to be planted for short. This is already looking very bleak for North Academy. Inns looking to see what he can do in this scenario. Lome peeking back in. Looking for this kill, but can't quite find anything as Plaz just maneuvers his way around. They still have that kit, but it may not matter as they're just losing players left, right, and center. Glace able to get one, but he's now the only person left alive. Impossible looking strong as they take themselves a pistol on Mirage. And while North Academy, they just look like they haven't showed up today. Eagles on every single player for North Academy. On the other side, we've got 3 rifles, a couple of UMPs. But North Academy really needing this round, needing a chance to get back in, and already they're just going to get decimated by the 2 AKs. Krecker and Inns able to get 1 apiece. Bit of damage done. Rifle going to be chucked over to a healthier player. But already the split onto the B site looks to push in. A-Core hoping he finds something with the Deagle, but he's got so many players pushing onto his position. I like this from the T's. They're going to go double back over towards A. Gade going to be holding for a matter of seconds, but he goes down very quickly, and now this rotation just going to be completely out of the action. A-Core left alone. That will be all flawless round from Impossible. Looking scary in this situation. It's looking like North Academy are going to have to win their map pick of Train, because 13-4. No money. May only have a chance to even get 1 full buy on the board for them. Maybe not even with an AWP, so really is a scary scenario. If they lose this, Impossible can win in a strong fashion, may actually be North Academy going out, which would be just unthinkable in this sort of stage. Looking like the clear favourites in the group after they took Imperial down. Their performance on this map has not been up to par. Plaz holding for this mid-push. Not really anything invested. He's got support as well from Sviat. They will lose a couple of players. Acre at least still attempting to do a little bit of damage. Lome in a decent position as well. Should be able to get one. So they're making things very costly for the T side. And may have more of a chance to reset them in the coming rounds. But they've got to win this first buy to even survive in the map. Plaz goes straight for his trusty AWP. A lot of players dropped in the last round, so there's not going to be too much of a bonus, as only Akimov keeps his UMP. Full rifles on the board for the CT side, with a decent amount of utility behind it as well, which is not something you normally see going into their first five. The extra kills they managed to get. Mertz tagged to half HP, but it's actually Plaz who takes the majority of the damage early in this game. Lome holding in the corner, and they're going to just go running straight past him. I don't know if he's got a sound turned on or something. Spray goes wild, as Glace will be able to take one back. Still going to be this 4 versus 4 with a couple of low HP players. B-side looking to try and take control of middle. They've got players at the back of apps. Over towards ramp spot on A. B-side making their mind up on where to go. Looks like they're going for the gamble over towards this A site. A-core. Gonna be the only man to defend. Fence looking absolutely split in this situation. Bit of a boost coming in over towards A, but that's not really going to help them, as they're now pretty much as far away as they can be without being all the way aggressive. A-core able to deny them for a little bit, but they're just going to go rushing in onto his position. Holding alone, and he's already going to fall. He's done a lot of damage at least, making things a little bit more costly in terms of that kill. But they've got to try and fight this back from an after-plant position. Bomb down. Already Plaz going to be finding one more with that AWP. Crossfire in, but Gade will be able to get one. Glace actually aggressive position, able to find one more. Gade with another. The comeback looking possible in this round at least, but it's all on to Krekker. He's brought it back to a 1 versus 1. Looking for the peak, but can't quite find anything. Kit been retrieved from Gade as well, as he taps the bomb. He knows exactly where Krekker is sitting, but he's just baiting out this time, and Gade is going to have to run away. Lovely round from Impossible as they break potentially the only buy from this CT side. Gade running away to save in this situation. But it's not going to help them going into the future rounds. 11 in a row necessary. What has happened? What has happened, North Academy? Looking sketchy, to say the least. Place. Going to be finding one with the OP, at least starting things off strong. But the push is going to be coming in already. Akimov sprays down one, looking for the second, but A-core doing huge amounts of damage on the site. Going to leave it into a 3 versus 2 and make that a 3 versus 1. Plaz, the only one left alive. Knows what one of the players is. But retrieving this bomb, planting it, and holding on are all very different things. Safest plant he can go for. Doesn't leave him much wiggle room. And he also expects there to still be players over towards short. That's just not going to be possible. Finally, North managed to get themselves around, but the T's with a bomb plant and some extra cash saved up onto Krekker and Akimov can expect a buy to be coming back their way. Weapons will be juggled. B-side are going to invest pretty much everything they have into this round. A little bit of extra money on Plaz and Sviat, but they only have a Tech 9, in fact. I don't really know why. He could have bought head armor anyway if he really wanted to alongside it. We'll find a rifle as well, which was dropped by his teammate. First pick going the way of Mertz. Flashbang going to be going out. Molotovs thrown onto the site as they look to try and hold this cross. Mertz is there yet again with the AWP. But it is just going to be a trade. Still leaving the advantage on that CT side. And he's just looking to do work in this round. Finally, we see the awakening of this marvelous AWP. But he's going to lose his life to the tech. And actually, all across the board, kills have just come in. Sviat with 2. And Gade now has to try and clutch this once again. Both players low. Bomb yet to be planted. This Molotov may just be enough to actually finish off Sviat. He actually kills him with the Molotov. It hits him. It's the bottle. Sviat just died to a bottle. And now Gade is going to clutch things out. Magnificent fashion. That is just extra style points with the way he managed to kill the player over towards the truck. The van. But there's still a long, long way left to go. 9 rounds the difference. Nothing but perfection could come out from North Academy if they want to hold on to this map. Eastside. Not really investing too much into this one. To try and take control of middle with the minimal weaponry they have. That's going to try and hit a timing shot as he fades away from the flashbang. Actually, In's going to be able to find himself a weapon. Not the best. Not really going to be helping too much. There is some hope, but it is bleak. The way they've been playing, I just don't think they're going to do it. It looks like Impossible have just been playing out of their skin in this game. Lome with 7 kills total. Nobody really performing over on this CT side at the moment. Gonna have to step up their game significantly. He's gonna try their best here to get themselves a bomb plant. Smoke definitely not landing in the right position though. Will leave them completely open to the hands of Gade, who's just able to find himself 3 kills. We've got a rifle at least picked up for Sviat. Nice shot with the Deagle, bringing it back to a 2 versus 1. Can he really do this? This would just be the icing on the cake for Impossible in this map. To avoid the AWP. Peeks out. Incredibly smart as well from this individual. Gonna go running past though. Will he expect the player to be back in jungle? The answer is no. And after what was an incredible play, an incredible attempt from Sviat, he will not be able to do it. Pause going to be called from the tees. Tactical. They know they have North Academy on the ropes. (15-7). They just need 1 round. Biak can drop an AWP if they want it. Extra money that he saved previously. I really like that play to jump up and avoid the ticket booth player. That is incredibly smart. Opened him up to a load of other positions, but that's just called awareness. Orp is going to be dropped over in exchange for the AK-47. CT side taking so much damage in these last few rounds that they're going to be struggling even with their buy. Gonna try and pull out some aggression. 3-man attack, and the flashbang is absolutely perfect. Krekker taking down 2. Already the beginning of the end looking likely in this map at least. Lome looking to try and peek back out. Should be able to spot Krekker. How does he not win that duel? 6 HP, 1 bullet needed. And it's just not going to be the case. Both CTs gambling on B. Question is, will the gamble pay off? Acor going to go pushing. He's got an opponent just waiting for him on the other side. Gade, the last one left alive. 1 versus 5. Train seems to be waiting for them, and the T's are even going to go rotating all the way back around over towards this A site. Gade, his chances were so slim even if they'd gone to B. But now, ironically, it's impossible.
Bomb has been planted.
Got 5 players to find. Not really believing too much from him in this situation. They've already found decent after-plant positions, and they'll win it with a flawless round. Impossible, looking incredible over on that first map. They've taken one, they've stolen one away from North Academy, who are going to have to try and bring this back on Train and Cash. We're going to be going to hopefully a short break and see if North Academy can turn things around. We'll be back.